Well, what's actually going to be kind of funny, and a lot of the UCF students are going to kind of freak out over this probably when they see this clip, but I actually used to be a liberal back when I was like 16, 17 years old. I used to be very socially liberal and even
Same.
very like liberally, like very fiscally liberal too. Like I was on the complete other end of the spectrum, but
Mm.
as I kind of did my research and whatnot and, things like that, at first I kind of was ridden with the whole TES thing with the whole like, oh, Trump's a racist and this and that, because that's what my mother told me, when I was young. And so I always just didn't like him for that. And, I would believe all the mainstream media and stuff. But what's interesting about that is, Donald Trump is the president who signed the First Step Act, who freed a bunch of, non-violent, criminals from prison who got very long sentences for something that shouldn't have even been that long. And like 93% of those people that were freed are actually African American citizens. And Donald Trump had one of the best economies in United States history, and he was promoting, all, groups of life. He was promoting everybody. And so that I think that, if people want to hate on me and say that I'm a white supremacist or that whatever, it is what it is. People are still stuck in their,
Ignorance.
bubbles, in my opinion. But I just think that Trump, I think the best thing about him that I grew to respect was that he speaks his mind.
Mm.
As I feel like a lot of people nowadays don't really do that, especially a lot of the people. Like, I'm sure that I pass by like 50 people a day who know who I am and they absolutely hate me, but they'll never speak their mind or say anything. And then I never get to engage in conversation with them, and they never really get to know me for who I am or what I have to offer for the campus. And that, causes friction. But I think with Trump, speaking your mind is one of the best abilities that anybody could really have, in my opinion. I think he's always been very good about that. I think as
Yeah.
I got older, I got to really respect that.